The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defense coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend, and usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His 2nd catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a 1st down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, that it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because When you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And now the rookie's free. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Bijan Robinson. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
They go play action now. Wilson. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen, Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's Keon White, who worked his way in and made the play.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Hey, 57, 57.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Lions 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Dobbins trying the left side. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3. Another run here with Dobbins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They begin the drive with Robinson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
7-yard line. Hey, 43.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Robinson up the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Hey, 43.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need... And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Man open is Robinson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Buy down these two. Buy down these two. 15.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. An attempt at a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. It's caught by Aguilar. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 117 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. J.K. Dobbins, 48 yards. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now a deep ball here, home in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They go play fake. Mahomes. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
57,
A give left side to Robinson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now here's Mahomes. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they... Oh, what a juke into space! And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Christian Barmore on the stop. A 48-yard gain. First down, Seattle.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On third down, Wilson. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean. The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. Touchdown! Nelson Aguilar with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's on his way. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Bijan Robinson. 79 yards. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught, and again, it's Goodwin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready up. 18, set.
Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Nelson Aguilar from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Josh Downs with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they'll indeed